Happy Thursday. Happy trading. First trade of the day was Uber. On Uber, well, actually, let's go over the stock with the most flow state. Look at C. That has flow. CVX, not too much flow. Intel, that has more flow, I'd say, than C. Merck, nope. Uber, no. Walmart, no. I'm going to give it to Intel, having the most flow for the open. And if you look at the open, you get a great move. Usually you would expect half of it. Position 1, 2, 3. Reversal, you might expect half of this move. You got all of this plus this. So this was the best opening move for the day, or the most with the most flow. Let's go to our first trade. Our first trade is Uber. For some reason, we thought Uber at the time was better positioned, which doesn't make any sense, but let's go into it. Doesn't look like it's in a better position after looking at it. How did we trade this? This first bar, let's say, we learned this a while ago. If here's the Fab 4. So we would really want to avoid the Fab 4 if we can. This gives us a chance to play it off the top of the Fab 4. We didn't take off the top of the Fab 4. We play it down. Probably not the best opportunity, but that's what we did. We played it down. We got a color change, 2 large bars, and then we got out immediately. Had we have seen these 2 tail bars right above a flat 200, that might have been the indicator we needed to let it flow. And had we let it flow, we got a nice now pointing out something else, if you see how we have the Fab 4 and you see this downward move here, this downward move here to break it took a lot of energy. And since that took so much energy to break, we knew it didn't have any oomph to go up. So we were banking on the fact that it had no oomph to go up. And since it had no oomph to go up, we were going to play it down. And this Bull 180 is what we saw as an opportunity to play it down. We played it down, but we didn't stay in the position long enough really to reap the benefits of a Bull 180. And the Bull 180 is one of our most strongest weapons that we have in our toolbar. So it's unfortunate that we only played it for such a short amount of time. Moving forward, we need to play our positions longer. And if the position goes against us, it is what it is, and just take the loss. It's a learning opportunity as well, more importantly than anything else. So that we should have played differently. We just didn't. For the reversal, I don't see anything that really indicates. I could say, hey, it's in a position of power. This goes up. 20 still pointing down. We want to play that color change right here. Let it play down. It plays down. Plays down. Plays down. It's starting to curl up and get flat. Maybe get out of it until you get that bar. That releases it. That's off the 20. Now you have something else, and then you have another color change here, which may release it some more to go down further. And now we have a new low from this previous low. That gives us an opportunity to take profits. And if we have an opportunity to take profits, that's a good thing to do, especially from here. So that would have gave us the whale right there, which would have been a nice opportunity to profit. Now we have a reversal situation. How's it reverse? How do we take advantage of it? I don't really see anything that indicates that this is going to reverse. It's about 11:30. I don't see anything on the 15. I don't see anything on the 5. 11:30. The only thing I can say is we had a short time lower low, and then we busted within the 20, and now that we're within the 20, what we tried to play is a color change right here, but as soon as we did it, it went down on us. As soon as it went down, it changed colors. We got out immediately. I like it. We're pretty far away. We'd only want to play up at this point. Here's an elephant bar. Maybe we play this elephant bar up, set the stop below. Nope, that doesn't get us anywhere. It gets out on us. Now it's 11:30, 14. I wouldn't play it down, so I'm not going to take that move. That might be a play up move. Here's a red bar, ignore. Right here. Set the stop. Oof. That's a pretty serious move. 1, 2, 3. In fact, it even broke through the 200. We're hoping they're taking profits somewhere up here, somewhere in this region. And then it looks like it broke down from there. It broke all the way down, all the way back out. Looking for an entry point on that. The only entry point I really see might be here's a color change right here. It's a red, green bar, color change to red, set the stop right here. Take that down. Maybe take a profit on that. Next stock is going to be Walmart. Walmart. Here's the Fab 4. We have the first bar is a neutral bar. First bar is a neutral bar. Then we have an elephant bar, and we can say an elephant bar off a previous previous day close. Set the stop right here. Set the stop off here. 1 push. 2 push. That's also a red green bar. Ignore. Oh. 2 push. 3 push. It might be good to get out of here. It's going to, we're looking for a healthy pullback. What we did is we sold the pullback on the color change, set the stop loss, and we got out immediately. That's an issue we're dealing with right now. We're getting out of positions way too early. We need to accept the loss because the loss is the loss rather than take some minuscule gain, because it's more about learning than it is taking a minuscule gain. So learning, hey, what's a good position to take, what's not, because this isn't going to do anything. This is just for ego, nothing more. Had we set our stop right here, we'd be good. And then we get an actual gain right here. 1 push, 2 push, 3 push, something that's actually a distance away from our entry point that makes the trade worthwhile. And then let's say we left a lot on and got a healthy pullback here. Color change on this one. Or you could say, hey, a color change here. Sell. Goes down even further. And that's a good trade. Now there, right here, it looks like an entry point. We can say that's a bull 180. And do we get a move? I'd say get out here. Breaks it. Doesn't really indicate a sell. I don't see the sell yet. If you combine these two bars, I think we can say an elephant bar clearing. Let's buy that and set the stop. Get out. We look at those 3 bars. Look at this downward float. This was the previous move. Is that the move you want to buy? I'm going to say no. And primarily because of this wasn't a flat 200. I'd say this is a nice sell off the 200. Can't expect too much because it's not a flat 200. 1, 2, 3. Gonna get out. And then 14 or 13, that's 3 o'clock. bond market. And then today it just happened to spike everything. The entry was here. Color change around right before a reversal time. That's the move that it made. I could say position of power, bull 180, previous high, get out. Or is it even worth it? And here's the real question. If we're going to get in here and know to get out here, is that even worth the trade? That's a question. Because you should just accept it as a loss for here, below this point. Unless it gives you a new high, which would be you would get the new high on this one, but just a question of thought. Next stock's gonna be CVX. CVX. That's going down. We're going up. Wrong color. We're gonna get in on this bar right here. This tail bar off of a 200. Tail bar off of a 200. Ride that up. Hopefully 1 push, 2 push, 3 push. You're getting out majority of here. Let it ride back. You get a color change here. Get more into it. Set the stop. Stop was here. Move the stop here. Goes up. New high. You get another profit take. Check. Get out here. Tail bar here, get out or sell. That's what we did, sell, and then we got out immediately, which looking at it seems like an issue. If we're gonna get in a tail bar, at least give it room to drop. So tail bar, room to drop somewhere around here, and that's kind of what it does. 1 push, 2 push, 3 push, get out around this point. If you look at this, bull 180, that's a re-entry point. That sells. Bull 180, add point. 1, 2, 3. Get out. Now, why'd this area go up? It doesn't really give you a good indicator. You have to look around. What I ended up doing was looking for the 15. So at the 15, it's kind of bouncing off of the 20. And if it's bouncing off the 20, that gives us a good indicator it's going to come up. Or that gives us at least an indicator it can go up. So I think that's what explains. Let's see. Right there. Large cell bar usually leads to more cell bars. Do we get it? Do we get it? No. Not getting that is usually an indicator of a hard reversal. We don't get that either. Keep in mind, this was a flat 20, so flat 20 kind of negates most of those rules, and it's just going to go in between the two top and bottom points. So me doing this cell right here when it's a flat 200 was dumb because it's just going back and forth between the 2 points until it breaks out of that point, which here's where it broke out. Maybe setting the stop here, it's going to probably bounce off that top point and then buy more here. I'm going to say get out just because here's where it was. It broke out. Buy more. Take advantage of that. New high. New high. Get out of your positions. Leave one. It broke it, so no. I think we were on CVX. Let's just go to Intel. Intel was the best flow. You had position 3. As soon as it got on top, you get in. Probably get out at the halfway point. Can't really expect too much more, but it kept riding longer. Now it's a flat 200. Elephant down. Probably going to go down. We sold right here, but even though we sold right here and added right here, we ended up getting out at the flat 200, which makes sense. Elephant bar off of a 200. That's a play that we like to make. Set the stop. Here's a bull 180. You can expect it to go down. Let's see what it does. Nope, does the opposite. Off the 20. And then the next stock we can look at C. We can say bull 180. Riding up. This just happens to be a place of resistance. If you can see that from previous points in the past. Here's right on the previous day close and the 200. And it's a bull 180. You sell that. Goes down. This right here is on the 200 on the 15. So you get an elephant bar. You sell up, or you could say, hey, a color change right here. That's an elephant bar off of a 20. Doesn't seem to work. You get out. Can't really play that. That's just too big of a bar. So maybe you play this one right here, the color change. Can't. Do you really expect it to go all the way back? I don't know, but if it does, that's better for you. Previous point of resistance. Previous point of resistance. Bull 180. It's going to go down. And then that 3 o'clock hit, just like on some other stocks. What we did is we played off the 200. We got in on the first push, but I think it's better to get on the second push. It's away from the drop. The second push got in and then rode that up. We got out way too early, ended up going crazy high. And then we tried to play it down and lost. And then we tried to play a sell up top for a bull 180 and profited, but we weren't using our rules. We were using too many lots, so it doesn't really count. Next stock's going to be Merck. Merck, if you could get in early, it would have been a buy. 1, 2, 3, get out. Here's a long tail, so you could sell. That would have been a nice sell to the bottom. These seem to be close. Best moves come from the close states. Maybe the bull 180 right here. Here's a bull 180 right here. Elephant bar right here. Maybe red bar ignore. Off the 200, off the 200, bull 180, off the 200, add 2 bars. Sell it here at the end of the day. That was a long one. Hope you stayed. Have a nice one.